Help and Solution Center for YouTube and related tech. Please come in and enjoy the demonstration. Ask any questions you have about the demonstration or any tech-related question. We are here to help you and do this to help you. No question is dumb, and we will do what we can to keep it simple. Thank you. We will be starting soon. Hoorah, everybody. How y'all doing? Texans beat the Browns tonight, 45-14. I'm in a good mood. We're here with Tech Talk with Eddie and Ralph. And we have Belt Loop 29, Colby Smith, DJ's Cartoon Universe, Our Treasured Home, Nancy, Peaceful Des, Radio Jonesy on Tour, Silver Scorpion, the Newest Maniac, Wolfstand Outdoors, and Simon, Yes I Can Barbecue, or Dallas Cowboys Barbecue. Thank you, Bell Loop 29.
How's it going, everyone? If I seem a little off tonight, I was in the ER with my youngest son last night and most of this morning, so I'm a little tired and not real mentally alert tonight. He's okay. It's just he just got sick, so we're good. I'm just low on sleep, and that's something I don't do well without. So.
All right, there we go. See, now maybe you can see that. Now you still can't see the TV screen good. It's like I turned the chroma key off, and it's still messed up.
But you can't have that playing in the background, though.
Why? It's not gonna give. It's just background stuff. It's not
copyright. It's a copyrighted broadcast.
It's not monetized anyway. You can't hear it or anything. You can just see it in the background. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that is a broadcast TV. I don't know. You might get dinged for it. You might not. I don't know.
I don't care if I get dinged for it or not. It's not. I'm not playing it. It's just can't even see it hardly. So. Ain't no worries.
We'll find out.
Like I said, it's not even monetized. Let me go turn the hearts off. Anyways, what are we going to be talking about tonight, Ralph?
I'm going to go over like three things. A lot of people got new hardware over the holidays and stuff, whether it's a laptop or a desktop. Most manufacturers these days, if you bought like a Dell or an HP, an Acer or something, or what we call a pre-built, they have facilities built into them to create restore media. It's like when you buy a PC or a laptop these days, you don't get a Windows CD, you don't get a CD or any type of media that if something happens to your hard drive that you can restore your PC with. They do have this stuff. Each manufacturer is a little bit different in how they go about it, but it's all there and it's really something you should do just to protect yourself. Hard drives can go bad at any given second. Most of them now are SSD, so they're just memory basically that emulates. It makes the operating system sees it as a hard drive. It's not really a hard drive, but it's a memory chip. So again, it's something that can fail. If you're still running an old spinning type disk, that's a mechanical device. All mechanical devices will eventually fail. So you always want to be able to restore at least your operating system. But like I said, if you've bought a new PC from HP, Dell, one of the manufacturers, there is a built-in service that you can create on these days, a thumb drive. Most manufacturers either want an 8 or 16 gig, just regular thumb drive, USB drive. So they're not very expensive. And I actually have one. I have an MSI laptop, excuse me. I have an MSI laptop that I've had for a few years, and it has this type of software on it when it came. And this is a really large thumb drive. It's a 64 gig, but most manufacturers either want an 8 or a 16. 16 is always your best bet. And I just ran the facility, plugged this into USB port, ran the whole thing. And what it does is it creates, literally, if my laptop dies, the hard drive dies that the operating system on, I plug this in, I tell it to boot off of this, and it restores my laptop like the day that I bought it. Again, I have to go in and reinstall my software and everything, but all of the drivers, just like when you first bought your laptop and powered it up, it's going to look just like that. So it's always a good thing to have to create one of these. And like I said, all manufacturers are a little bit different, excuse me, and how they do this. And I think it's actually changed a little bit from when I bought my laptop, but they all have it. I know Acer has it, I know HP has it, and I know Dell has it. Again, they all do it a little bit differently. So you can just kind of have to look at what your manufacturer is. You might have to look on their website, but usually they will tell you that this is a good idea to do as part of your setup when you first power your laptop or your desktop up. This goes for desktops too. It's not just for laptops, it's desktops too. Used to be, I don't even think they put the Windows sticker on it anymore that has the key on it, because it's all done digitally now. So like once you've when you power up your laptop and you register that copy of Windows, that gets digitally registered with Microsoft. So again, if you have to rebuild your PC for any reason, hard drive dies, you don't have to put that key back in. Microsoft automatically see that has been registered, that if you change your motherboard, yeah, you're going to have to do a little workaround, because what it does is it looks at the motherboard, the processor, and a couple other little things. And if it sees a big change in what it thinks that license should be attached to, it'll kick it back. You can go in and let them know, hey, you can call them and say, hey, look, I had to replace my motherboard, blah, 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 and they'll get it set up for you, but it won't do it automatically.
I have a question, Ralph.
Yes.
Okay, that's when you first get a desktop or a laptop. Now, say they've had one, but they've never went in and done this or anything else. Is there a way for them to get a thumb drive or USB key and go back and do that to where?
Yeah, if you've never done it, that facility should still be on there. That program that creates that disk should still be on there.
Okay, a couple more things. For one, can we pull up an Amazon thing and show like one that's reasonably priced or whatever, where people can get buy one?
Yeah, go ahead and pull up Amazon and pop it up there.
I'm talking about you, not me.
Hey, look, my brain's just barely working. So.
Okay.
As I have gotten older, I have found out that sleep is one thing that I just really don't do well without. When I was younger, I could go forever, but I don't know what it is, brain, what, I don't know, but I don't do well without a whole lot of sleep.
Okay, here we go. Now, guys, if you haven't done this and you need to do this, what should I put in? USB key or
I just put in 16 GB space USB drive. And you can get these probably, these are like, you
okay.
can find these at gas stations these days, but don't ever buy one of these from a gas station. These things are like very common. You can find them at Walmart, probably pretty much like Target, any
Okay.
kind of store like that. Any office, like Office Depot, Office Max, Staples.
Right here, is there any specific brand that
Nope.
any of the brands? Okay.
It just
should be USB 2, USB 3. 3.2.
if it's something that you've just bought recently, I would use a USB 3.0. If it's something older that doesn't have USB 3, then get USB 2. If you get USB 3 and plug it into USB 2, it doesn't do anything. It just works slower. It just transfers data slower.
Okay, so we'll go USB 3. That way anybody can do it. Okay. What is this Deku?
That's just brand.
Okay.
Probably from China. SanDisk is always a good one.
So right here, you're looking at $10, $9.50 for a backup USB key.
Yeah, and you can find them cheaper than that too. There's a SanDisk below it for $8. So
okay, so guys, if you haven't done this, hey, Jonesy. So if you haven't done this, you need to go ahead and get one of these.
Yep.
And then okay, let's show them this. Hold on one second. I think I have.
Okay. While you pull that up, I'll go on to a little bit of something else with this. Okay. So like I said, this works for something that's a pre-built, HP, Dell, whatever. Micro Center has their own brands. I know they have backup software on their website that you can go create these things from or download all the drivers from, because I used to have a laptop from them. Let's say that you have something that you built yourself. Somebody gave you an old PC that you want to put a new copy of Windows on, whatever. You do not have to go buy a CD to do this with. If you have, let's say it's an older PC and it's already got like Windows 10 on it. I believe you can still upgrade from 10 to 11, but you need the media to do it with. There's a facility that's called the Media Creation Tool. You just type that into Google, do a search for it. It's from Microsoft. It's the same deal. You need a USB thumb drive to do it with. You can do it with a CD, but most laptops and desktops don't have CD drives on them anymore. Plus USB is much, much, much faster. It'll do the same thing. It'll create a copy of Windows on a thumb drive for you. I don't ever buy a CD. I don't ever buy a thumb drive, because also whenever Microsoft updates stuff, and I think they do this, I think they do it quarterly. They may do it twice a year. I think it's quarterly though. What they'll do is they'll create a new image of Windows. It has like the last 3 or 4 months worth of updates already built into it. So if anybody has been working on PCs for a while, like I have, we used to get the CD, we'd throw it in. Okay, let's say Windows 10, when it first came out, I bought a CD, built it on my PC. Okay, Windows 10, when it first came out, just like Windows 11, since it first came out, there's been hundreds and hundreds of updates. So if I had that CD from when it first came out, if I rebuilt my PC with that CD, it would have to go download all of those updates, and it has to do it in steps. It can't just go grab the latest ones. They have to be done in steps. And it figures out what it needs to do and what order, but it takes forever. I mean, it takes hours and hours and hours.
What on a CD you were saying?
Yeah, like if the old way of doing this, where you would buy a CD and that CD was created at a certain point in time. So any updates from that point on are not on that CD. They're the Windows updates that you go download all the time. So
Simon,
if you built one of these, when you built one of these from that point, you would have to go back and redo all those updates. And it really does. I mean, it would take me literally 6 or 7 hours to do it. And I have fast internet. It's just that much data that it's got to do in steps. I'm sorry. Go ahead with
Simon wants to know, does it work on MacBook Pro?
Cannot tell you how MacBook does their backups. I'm sure they have something. I know zero about Apples and Macs. Unfortunately, I've never used one. I've never had a need to learn it. But you would just have, you can probably look, on the Apple site, whatever. I'm sure that there is some sort of, but maybe not. Apple's kind of odd, so they may want you to send it to them so they can charge you for it. I don't know.
I've been using thumb drives forever. This was one of my old thumb drives. It's got tape around it, but this one was 128 megabyte. And then I got these little thumb drives that are freaking old. And then I got newer ones, and these ones are 32 gigabytes. And I got another box of them here. But okay, so let's say, and this computer was built by T-Rock Vittles and such. But what I'm gonna do is, this is a new one, and I'm gonna plug it in here into my PC, and I'm gonna share my screen again. Okay, let's just go ahead and plug this in and see what happens. I'm plugging into a USB hub, which is fine, right, Ralph?
Yeah, it's better if you, well, yeah, that's fine. It's just going to see it.
And then I'm going to turn it on, and it made a little beep, and external drive connected. That was a software. Okay, it says USB drive H. Select to choose what happens with removable drives.
Excuse me, that's a Windows thing. First time you plug in a removable
autoplay. That's what it says.
Yeah.
Okay,
you can tell it to ignore it, pull up a file explorer. Say what?
Okay. Okay, I just X'd out of that. Let me actually move this over here, because that's not my main screen. And then you can actually, wait a minute. Let me stop sharing, actually.
I mean, if you have an old drive laying around that you just don't need stuff on anymore and you want to use it, it's going to format this drive in its bootable format so that it can load itself off of the drive. So
now I'm sharing my main screen here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this right here so everybody can see. And that one was H, it said, which is right here. So what do I need to do here, Ralph?
Nothing with the drive. You don't even have to have this formatted, because like I said, the media creation, just pull up Google or whatever and do a search on media creation tool.
Okay. There we go. Okay.
And there you see, that's for Windows. There's one there for 10. There's one down there for 10 or 11. You just want to make sure you're getting this from Microsoft, that's from Erasure US. They're a good company, but they're not bad. But anyway, go back up to the top.
Okay.
Just click on, Microsoft support, that one right there that you're on.
Windows 11 is what I'm on. So
right. So whatever, whichever you want, whichever one you want. I mean, you can go back and do this all the way to Windows 7 was there too.
Okay. Installation assistant.
The Windows 11 installation assistant. That if you download that, if you're on an older PC and you want to see if it'll run Windows 11, you can download that and it'll run and check and see. But Windows Update does the same thing.
So which one do I?
Okay, and then you have create Windows 11 installation media. That's what you want to do.
This one right here. Okay.
Right. Okay. The one below that is if you wanted to create a CD, but we don't want to do that.
Okay. I'm showing y'all how to do this so y'all can go back and watch this video if you choose to do it and stuff. Now, this is a built T-Rock Vittles and such actually built this PC.
Yeah, this is a custom built PC that Devil Dog had to actually buy a copy of Windows 4.
And then
Or at least, actually, all he bought was the license key. You didn't actually buy any media. So you need to do this anyway, just to have it laying around. But the thing is, whenever I create a new PC or I rebuild one of my ones that I have here, I go out and run this. It only takes like 5-6 minutes to run, and it creates something that's like the latest image that's out there. So it doesn't have to go back and do all these updates.
is there a way to enlarge this screen, Ralph, where people can actually see it? Like
Hold down Control and use your mouse wheel.
there we go.
That's for anybody. That's not just for Eddie. That's a Windows deal. As far as if you want to zoom in your screen, if you hold down Control and use your mouse wheel. Sorry, brain is failing.
Okay, this is what I just downloaded right here.
Right. So just double click that and run it.
Yes. Okay, getting
This takes a few minutes to run. This will probably take 10 minutes to run. But most of it is just it actually downloading and putting stuff on the.
So just scroll down and click accept.
Correct.
Okay. Language English, edition Windows 11. Next.
Yep.
USB flash drive. See, it says
Right.
which media to use.
Right. The ISO file would be if you were creating a CD.
Okay. And most times you just keep clicking next every time it comes up.
You just want to make sure that, you know, you might have a couple different drives plugged in or something like that. You just want to make sure it's pointed to the right drive, because it is going to erase everything that's on that drive.
1%. We got a while.
Yeah, like I said, it takes about 10 or 15 minutes to create this.
So we'll just take this off screen for now, and we will go back to that in a little bit.
Yep. Anyway, I was kind of going fast there, but there, I mean, even if you had a laptop that you wanted, you know, let's say you weren't able to, or there was no restore media or anything like that, then you could always go at least get a copy of Windows and get that on there, and then go to the manufacturer's website, look up your model number, and download all the drivers for it. A little more involved. It's not as bad on desktops as it is on laptops, because laptops have a lot of stuff that's like built in, like all your extra keys and all your little buttons that do things. So if you don't have the correct drivers for those, then they're not going to work.
Ralph Jonesy said, "You're a good guy, Ralph. Now you're working with Devil Dog. You're a dog whisperer." Just saying. Whatever, Jonesy. And guys, sorry if we don't catch you while you're coming in. Thanks for coming in. We do this Tech Talk with Eddie and Ralph the first Saturday of the month. However, last Saturday we had something going on. What was going on? Oh, Texans were going on. And I watched the Texans. I would be watching this post game right back here, but I had to had to go live, and I couldn't cancel this and everything else 2 times in a row. So, but we do this to help y'all out. If y'all have any tech questions, you can ask it at the end when we get through going stuff. We are at 9%, just to let y'all know, on that download. And I'm showing you this so you can go back and do it yourself. Make yourself a backup if you ain't got one. That way, if something happens, you can restart your computer from factory settings.
If nothing else, at least gives you a way to get Windows back. So that's like the basic step of getting your PC reusable again. And like I said, since this is all digital stuff now, if you don't have the key, when you install Windows, one of the things it asks you is do you have a key? And you can just say skip this, and it'll just skip it and go on. You don't have to put when Windows asks for, this is on 10 and 11 I'm not sure on 8, and I don't believe this works on 7. But you can tell it to skip the key, and it'll just go on. And since it's digitally registered at Microsoft, when it goes out and checks to see if it's been activated, it says, oh, this is this serial number, blah, 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 blah. This is motherboard, and it's this PC, and it belongs to this person. And, oh, okay, it's good to go. And then all of a sudden it's activated. So it's much easier. It's a much better way to do it than the way it used to be, especially if you're a system builder like I am, where building off that point in time CD, you know, it's like, oh, I got to build a PC. And it's like, oh, 6 hours of updates, you know, it's just like, and that's if you're staying on top of them and going over and clicking on it and say, okay, go on, reboot.
Peace Dragon, even though me and Ralph were both in the military, this is computer tech. It has anything to do with computers, software such as video editing or Photoshop, YouTube stuff, StreamYard, anything like that. This is what this Tech Talk with Eddie and Ralph's about.
Yeah, this is just Windows everyday stuff. Nothing about what we're talking about has anything to do with our military service. You don't want me to get started talking about what I did. So we had some cool stuff, but I'll just say that my tech background was used in the military. So. Or actually, I learned more in the military on tech and used it when I got out of the military than I did before I went in.
And as you're downloading this, it does say downloading Windows 11. Feel free to keep using your PC.
Yeah, it's all it's doing is downloading and writing stuff out to that drive. Creating
just
a bootable drive.
So just because this is running in the background, you can still do whatever you want to on your PC while this is doing.
Yeah. Again, if you're on slow internet, don't try to do anything on the internet because, like I said, this is downloading and basically it's downloading a copy of Windows. So Windows is a pretty good sized program.
Hoorah, Chef. Thanks for coming in. Okay, Jonesy said, hey, Ralph, why do you think CapCut won't finish rendering videos on my phone? It goes to around 80% and crashes out.
I have no idea. Never used CapCut on my phone. I use my phone for maps and phone. I don't do much else on my phone.
I don't do a lot of video editing.
It could be a memory thing. I don't know. It depends on how big the video is. I mean, what?
Yeah.
The thing about video editing on your phone is it and I know a lot of people have to do it because they don't have any other way to do it. But if you can edit on a laptop or a desktop, you're a whole lot better off. And I know a lot of people can't do that. And a lot of people just have a phone, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, if you do have access to a laptop or a desktop, you'll be much happier with editing on one of those versus a phone. But if that's what you got, that's what you got.
Simon said the same thing, might be out of memory. And then Jonesy said, yeah, it just started doing it. So if he had a lot of stuff on his phone, that may be why.
Yeah, because when you're rendering a video, it's very, very hardware intensive. It will use as much as much memory and as much disk space. It uses both. It's not just memory and not just disk space. It uses both. So you have to, you have to make sure that what you're trying to do can be done. You may think that nothing's running, but especially on a phone, there's a lot of stuff that's running in the background. Like if you don't go in and absolutely, like click and close all your windows, there's a little bit of that still loaded into memory and stuff that it's eating up memory. So yeah, Simon, that is one of the good things about CapCut is that it's both on phone and on your PC. So you don't have to learn two different programs, one for your PC and one for your phone. Yeah, they're a little bit different, but it's still basically the same program. Jonesy says it's a small video. What you might try is turning your phone off, turning it back on, trying to do it before you go do anything else so that nothing else is hogging up memory.
Skipper says, I'm still here, but I'm just sitting back confused.
This
Well,
is
Skipper,
kind of a techie one here tonight, but it's something that you can do to kind of protect yourself. So,
yeah, Skipper, all we're doing is trying to show people how to back up their information, their computers, or the actual startup process on their computer. So if your computer crashes, you get a virus or something like that, and you want to reinstall it from like when you first got it, that's what you're doing. You're creating a little USB key, and this one is at 18% right now, but you're backing up your Windows and stuff to where you can reinstall and start factory like you just got it from the factory.
What we're doing with that other Windows, we're actually creating a copy of Windows that you could install on laptop, desktop, whatever. I don't think that's possible, DJ.
I don't even know if this is going to get done before the live ends.
Yeah, well.
It says, Jonesy said, I tried everything. I think I really need a new computer and a new phone. So if you want to, Ralph, we'll come back to this. What's the second topic?
I was going to say something else, and now I forgot what it was.
Okay.
Again. It was along this line, and I forgot what it was. Oh, well, I'll come back to it. Anyway, the other thing I was going to talk about is my website and the calendar that's on there. So let me pull this up real quick. Okay, what I did was I have a domain, and it's also where we are hosting Jamie's store, which I'm going to talk about at the end real quick. So I built a website, pulled cobwebs out of my brain for writing HTML, which I haven't done in about 5 or 6 years. Oh my gosh, how fast you lose stuff if you don't use it. But anyway, that was all right because it was good to get back into it and play with it and stuff. But I was like, oh my goodness, that's not good. So anyway, this is the landing page, and it's got, if anybody saw my video with the cherry blossoms on it, there's all of those pictures I have in a gallery here, and you just pull it up, and then you can just go through the gallery and stuff like that. Pretty simple stuff. Anyway, I'll probably add more to this as you go. But we have this nav bar up here, and you can just move around. But that's my home page. That goes to my website or my YouTube channel. So the main 2 things I'm going to do with this. First is if you have an online store and you would like to list it here, just send me a link, send me a little graphic if you want to, and the name of it, and I'll just put it in. It's just going to be a list that you can scroll up and down and go to people's stores. Just kind of one place where you're just like, oh, I know somebody has a store, but I can't remember where it is, or maybe it's on here. So that's what that's going to be. It's just going to be a list of people's online stores. I just have these 4 on here. Of course, we have Jamie's. Jamie's is always going to be at the top. You can always you guys can fight for the other positions, but Jamie's store is always number one because it's hosted here. Okay.
I also talked to Lance at Sleeper Barbecue because he does the embroidery and stuff.
Right.
So I told him to contact you if he wants, because he does have a store that he was building or something like that. And I told him to contact you to get it put on here and stuff.
Well,
I don't know if he has you on or not.
same kind of idea with the calendar I'm working on is that we're in everybody's lives and we hear somebody say, well, yeah, he's got a store. And then, you know, you're listening to the live or you don't go to it. And then you go away and it's like, oh man, who had a store or who else had a store there? What was that store mentioned during the live? So I'm just trying to create a little central spot here where people can come. Well, maybe it's over on Ralph's list or Southern QA list or whatever you want to call it. Come over here and list your store. Fine. I'm not charging anything for it. It's just going to be a list of online stores of this community, barbecue, whatever communities want to get in on this. It's like, doesn't cost me anything to write 3 lines of code, which basically I'm just copying.
Just to let you know this too, Ralph, I had also when I was telling people in the barbecue community or knife community or something like that about this and about the calendar and stuff, they asked me, they're like, well, what's in it for him? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, nothing. I said, Ralph enjoys helping people. And this is his contribution to YouTube and the YouTube community and stuff like that.
Yeah. I don't want to sound conceited and I don't want to sound arrogant, but I have all this knowledge on how to do this stuff and I'm retired and I don't use it for anything. So why not use it to help you guys out? This was a second thought. Okay. I don't know why I have this before I have the events, but anyway, stores are going to go here. To me, this is the big thing. Help if I get on the right screen. So what this is, this is a Google Calendar. That's all this is. It's embedded in this website. If you have a meetup coming up, a get together, something that you would like to have listed on here, again, this is on a website. This is not on anybody's. It's not on my channel on YouTube. This is on the World Wide Web. Okay. If you look up top here, this right here is the address. Okay, you can leave the events.html off. That's this page. The home page is just www.southern-qa.com. So it's pretty simple to get to. That'll take you to the home screen. So on this right now, I have 3 events on this right now. A lot of people have been busy and haven't gotten back to me yet, but a couple of them have said they will. So they're just busy. So to go through the months, get there, have nothing in February, right? March, nothing. Right here, we have Lake Ten Killer. This, I just grabbed information that I knew. So if anybody is associated with this, and if you click on it, it'll give you some details and stuff. If you want information added to this, just give it to me. Just email it to me and I will add it, update it, contact it, anything that you want on here. I don't think I can put pictures on here. I think I looked for that and I can't do that. But again, this is just a Google Calendar that's embedded in here. This is a Google Calendar that I own that I called Meetups. And then yeah, one more here. This one I need to change the name on. I think this is actually the Ozark. So again, we're always in lives and people are saying, oh, I'm going to this meetup. And then somebody says, well, I have a meetup coming up too. And then it's like, it's so funny if you sit back on the panels like I do a lot and just watch. It's like as soon as somebody mentions a meetup, you see people start digging for their list. It's so funny to watch. So I just thought if I could come out and make something that was centrally located, that if you want to put an event on here just to let people know kind of what's going on, or maybe you want, again, another thought is maybe you want to create a meetup or you want to create something new. And it's like, well, I don't want to bump into anybody, but I don't know where everybody's event is happening. So I'm just trying to make this where people can come and see what's going on. You know, there may be a conflict, there may be something 2 weekends in a row or 2 events on the same weekend that you got to try to make a decision on. And if you can't see a calendar, then it's kind of hard to remember. Again, we get into 2 or 3 different communities. We're in the barbecue community, we're in the homesteading community, we're in the knife community. So, and a lot of the, you know, like we overlap on all 3 or 4 of them. So a lot of people are in more than one group. So sometimes it would be nice to see what's going on. So that's what I mean, it's nothing really difficult. It's nothing really hard to do.
I'd like someone to do me a favor. Hey, Mark, Corner Clubhouse, Cobalt, Terry, Nancy, everybody else coming in. D, someone type meetup in the chat. I want to see if that link works. So if you're in my chat and you type meetup, one word, someone type meetup and then hit the link if there is one and see if it takes you to that calendar.
Oh, did you?
Hey, there's Lance. There's Lance. I just talked about you, Lance.
And then there's just this one little other contact us. Should say
Lance, I know
me.
you're in the barbecue community, but that's the wrong spelling. He spelled MEAT.
So this will send an email to the website email, which I watch just like I watch my regular emails. So if you send it here or you use my email that's on my channel, YouTube channel, I'll see it either way.
Oh, that's nice. I think it works. Does it work, guys? Yep. See, that's cool. I put a night okay, I put a timer in my thing and it takes them to your main home page here.
Okay.
And I called it YouTube Central. You know, you'll see Nightbot drop it here in a little bit. And then I put a drop command where if somebody types meetup, it'll drop the link to take them to that calendar page.
Cool. So on here, I just said, you know, you want to see your event on here and kind of give you an idea what to give me, you know, as far as information goes. And also for the store, you know, again, you don't have to have a graphic for the store, but it's a lot better. And don't worry about the size of the graphic. The web page automatically scales it down to the correct size to fit in that little box.
Oh, Rock Corporal, glad you liked that Silver Scorpion. That was all Ralph doing. And like I said, Ralph likes helping people. He likes to contribute to the YouTube community as well. That's one of the reasons he does Tech Talk with Eddie and Ralph, is to help y'all out. That's why I do it, is to help y'all out. And Ralph's more knowledgeable on some stuff, a lot of stuff than me, but like on YouTube stuff, like StreamYard and stuff, Nightbot, I might be more knowledgeable than him on, but it still has to do with YouTube stuff. We are trying to help people grow and improve their YouTube channels, whether it's with photos or video editing or anything like that, which Ralph has more knowledge on, or StreamYard or Nightbot, which I have more knowledge on. We're trying to do it to help out, not that we want anything for it or anything else. We're just trying to help the YouTube community, the YouTube creators, to better their channel.
Yeah, and just, you know, basic computer knowledge and just having options. And yes, I have high-end equipment, but again, this is what I do. This is my hobby. This is what I spend my money on. And I don't want to seem like I'm talking down to anybody who only has a phone or only has an old laptop. You work with what you got. You do the best with what you have. Okay. Sometimes your hardware won't do what you want it to do. And that's, you know, that there's nothing that can be done about that, but it's nobody's fault. It's just, it's what you have, and you learn and grow, you know, like video editing, for a perfect example. There are so many different video editing programs out there. Okay. I use DaVinci. That's kind of a high-end program. Okay. It doesn't have to be, but it is a high-end professional program, even the free version.
I use DaVinci, the free version, because Ralph taught me, and it's very easy to use.
But it's when you first open it, if you don't have anybody to guide you along, that's a very daunting interface. There's buttons and dials and stuff everywhere. And if you don't know what to click on, I agree. It's difficult to use. Once you learn how to use it, it's really not that bad. But with video editing, I say use what you're comfortable with. They all do the same thing. At the end of the day, we all render out a video in usually 1080p, 30 or 60 FPS to go up on YouTube. So if your program creates the video that you want, at the end of the day, your program worked and it did what it was supposed to do, and you got your output. So there is no right or wrong about use this program. No, use this program. No, you use what you're comfortable with. I could try to convince everybody in the world to use DaVinci because I do believe it is a great program, but I also know it's over some people's heads, and that's not a slight on anybody.
We are.
But remember, I've been playing with this stuff for 40 some odd years. I'm kind of used to looking at this stuff. So
Devil, we are on a Windows environment. We really need an Apple expert. So if anyone at all is like totally Apple, knows Apple inside and out and everything, email me or Ralph, because we will have you up on panel.
Yeah, we would love to have an.
Yeah,
and you don't have to be an expert on it. Okay, I don't consider myself an expert on any of this stuff. I'm good at what I do, but I don't consider myself an expert. There's a whole lot of people that know a whole lot more than I do. So,
hoorah, Mitchell, welcome in. Thanks for coming in. Mitchell, you need to come to the meetup. If you can't make it this year, which is a week from Saturday because it's short notice, plan on coming down next year, Mitchell. We're having Operation Rendezvous here in the Houston area in Huffman, Texas. It's going to be great, Mitchell. I'd love to see you there. I mean, you're probably not going to be able to make it this year, even though you just live in Oklahoma, but plan on it next year.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a big one next year. I will definitely be there next year.
Simon will be here next year too. Jesse and Lisa, Lazy Days Ahead will be here. I mean, they were here last year, but they were out of town this year, and it's a week from today.
Yep. So we'll be watching you guys live at the meetup next weekend.
Speaking of that, Martin and Sue is actually here at my house. Okay, they came in Thursday, I think, and they came in to get a puppy. They'll be at the meetup, and so will Bella 29 and Tammy, and we're having a great time with them so far. They're in the other room, but they brought their RV, and their RV's parked in front of my house right now, and they made me some. They made me something, and they're freaking awesome. They say we bring goodies and promise to be quiet during the game. LOL. They're sugar-free and low salt. They're chocolate peanut butter things, or I mean chocolate peanut things, and I gotta dip in right now, but I've eaten several of them so far. And so they're freaking awesome, and I do appreciate that. Here's what Lance said. So, Ralph, are you doing any storefront promotions with Eddie? No.
No, not really.
Okay. She-Devil says, hello, Gary. I'm looking for a new laptop, and I am considering a MacBook Pro. That's what She-Devil Adventure said.
Okay. I am not an Apple fan, but that doesn't mean that they're not good equipment. It just means that I'm not an Apple fan. The basic difference, or the main difference between Apple and Windows, is that the Apple ecosystem, I'll say, is a very closed proprietary system. Okay, you can't just go buy whatever you want and plug it in and expect it to work. It's got to be Apple stuff. It's got to be Apple stuff, and they like to overcharge for their stuff. So if you're going to go into the Apple route, know that you just can't go over to Best Buy or whatever and pick up any kind of this or that to plug into your Apple device. Goes for phones also.
Mitchell, what I think the best free software for editing is what Ralph was talking about a minute ago, because it's basically like a professional software program. Now they do have it, it's DaVinci, okay, but you have to have a pretty good system to run it. I'll let Ralph talk about that.
Yeah.
He and dude, and I run DaVinci, the free version. Ralph has the professional version, but you can do just about anything on the free version. It's free. It's the best thing, in my opinion, and everything else. I will let Ralph tell you more about that. I seen another question too, or something. Oh, right here. So it's a calendar of events that you talked about, Eddie. Yes. If you type Meetup, Lance, it'll drop a link and it'll go to that calendar. He's only got 3 of them in there so far because no one has. It's got 2 things. If you'll see the Nightbot, it'll drop his main page. Okay. But if you type Meetup, it'll go to this calendar page. But on his main page, it's www.southern-qa.com. There's actually the stores right there. See if you can see the stores. Go hit the stores button, will you, Ralph, real quick? And see right there, you have Jamie's store, you have Chef's store, you have Wendy's store, and you have Wicked Candy Foods. And so if you have your own store, Ralph, contact him and he'll put your embroidery or whatever else link up there, and it'll take people to your store as well.
All right, so if I go click on one of these, here, I'll do this one because most of you guys don't know this one. If you want some good barbecue sauce, I'm not saying that nobody else here has good barbecue sauce. This is a friend of mine, okay? And this is his store. But you click on the link and it takes you right to the store that's in that link. So, and it brings it up in a new tab. It doesn't replace this one, so that one's still there. So I have it come up in a new tab so that if you want to get back over here, it's right there. You don't have to go remember where you were. So it's just, you're basically your graphic for your store, the text for your store, and actually both of these are a link because you see I changed to a little hand there instead of being an arrow. So this is the actual link, both the picture and the text. So it's actually pretty easy stuff. And actually all I have to do to add a store is to go into the code for this page and copy that section down and just change the links and where it points to. So it's pretty simple to maintain.
But see, if you go to the www.southern-qa.com, it'll take you to his main page, and then you can click on the store button, which is that one, or you can click on the events, which will take you to the calendar of meetups and stuff like that. You can click contact us if you want him to add your store or something like that. And you got anything under extras now, Ralph?
Yeah, I forgot to mention this one. This is just kind of a play page, but right now I just have a bunch of YouTube videos. These are actually embedded. I won't click on these because they will start playing and then we'll get in trouble. But this is just like YouTube. So if you click on this, it will actually play in the little window there. So again, these are not links to these YouTube videos. These are actually YouTube videos that are embedded in my web page. That's why you get you embeds the player and everything, and it's pretty cool how it works. It's real simple. So, and I'll show you how, if anybody's interested in how you get this embedded link, pull up any video. We pull up one of your videos. That way we won't have to worry about it. So it's basically any video that you want to get a link. If you're into doing web pages, I'll show you how to do it. This is real simple, real quick. Any video that you pull up, like if you click on the share button, I don't want to click on one of these. Daddy, pull up one of your videos.
Oh, okay.
Here, and then put your screen up.
Oh, we are 22%, Ralph.
Oh, I forgot it was running. So it's taking a little bit longer than I thought it would. But anyway, basically that's what you do. You set it, let it go do its thing, and you just go walk off and do something else. It'll just keep chugging along.
All right, here we go.
Anyway, if you guys can't tell from what's up here, I like the blues. So,
Oh, we got an ad.
okay. So on the share button, down, down, down. Go down to the share button. Click on it. Okay, that very first thing there is embed. If you click on that, you see all this code over here where it says iframe.
Mm-hmm.
What you do, if you wanted to embed that video, like if I wanted to embed that video on this web page right here that we had up where I had all my music, I would just copy that iframe stuff there on the right hand side and put it in my web page code. It's that simple to embed a YouTube video into a web page.
Yeah. Okay.
And it doesn't, there's no copyright problems or anything like that with it. I checked before I put all this stuff on there because this is all copyrighted music. That's basically how you grab and embed a YouTube video in a web page. It's that simple. I'm sure most people see that embed thing and have no idea what it's for. But that's what it's for.
And we're still at 22%.
Yep, that's going kind of slow. But like I said, again, something you know, start it, go off, do the laundry, whatever, dinner, eat, whatever, and just it'll let you know when it's done.
Hey, Bruce.
So I think that was all I needed to talk about the website. But yeah, if you want your store listed, just email me. You can do either my channel name or the email that's under my channel, or you can do it from the website. I watch both of those.
That would be the onewhiz1@gmail.com as his email address, or you can go to his homepage that the Nightbot drops, www.southern-qa.com, and click on the contact us and send him a messenger.
Yep. Okay, and the last thing I was going to talk about was Jamie's store. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that her store is up and live, and we are hosting that at this same domain where I'm hosting my website. So, excuse me, it's using a piece of free software called OpenCart. It's a little picky. It works pretty well. Again, something I used a couple of years ago. We started to use this for a friend of mine's store, and then things fell apart, so I'd kind of forgotten about it. But then when we were talking about doing something for Jamie, I was like, well, we can use this. And again, it's open software. It's open source software. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. There's a bunch of plugins and stuff that you can get that cost extra, but most of them are not very expensive. They do specific things. So if there's anything in the store right now, I have guest accounts turned off. It's kind of debating back and forth about whether to turn them on or turn them off. Right now, you have to sign up for an account. All you're signing up for the account is giving us your name and address, which you're going to have to give us to ship stuff to you anyway. So we're not taking any credit card information, debit card, PayPal. Right now, we're not doing any of that. We're just creating this as an order-only system so that we can kind of gives her a way to track everything. It gives her a way to, I mean, from you guys see it from a customer point of view. We have the ability, there's an admin page for this thing that we log into where we can see everybody's order and what they've uploaded. That's how we get everything together. So we see it from a different point of view. We can look at it from the customer side too. Of course, it's just a web page, but we can look at it from, okay, I'm the admin of the store. I got to go look at orders and contact information, all that stuff. Right now, it's just easier to have everybody sign up for an account. Like I said, it's just email. It doesn't even ask for a phone number. It's just, like I said, your name and address and your email. So you're not having to put any kind of payment information, no credit card, no debit card, no PayPal information, no nothing. When you put an order in, Jamie will contact you. You guys can set up payment information. PayPal is fine, but we're just, if we connect PayPal directly to the site, they're going to want to take their cut from it. That's why we did not do that. We have the ability to do it, but right now we don't want them taking their cut. So
They actually take it 2 different times. They take
Yeah.
it initially, and then they take a percentage of the sales.
yeah, so they take a good dip out of your cost and stuff, and we're trying to keep cost, or she's trying to keep cost down. The store is really hers as far as the products, what goes on there. I'm just kind of the admin behind it. Again, I'm the tech guy behind building it and keeping everything up, but she's the one that's putting in all the products. Again, we log in from an admin point of view from the admin page, and we can add products, take products away. We can turn products off. So like if we have a product in there and she's just out of stock on maybe keychains or whatever at the moment, instead of just deleting the product, we can just go turn it off. When keychains come in, we just go turn it back on. So it's, again, we're working on it from an admin point of view. But if there's, again, she's open for stuff. If you have suggestions, send her an email. Send me an email. You send it to me, it'll get to her. You can send it to the store. There's an email on the store contact, and that's a separate email too. That's a store email. So there's multiple ways to get in touch with us. If you have just basic comments on the store that you like this, don't like that, whatever, let me know. It's, I have control of the store as far as what goes where. Layout, not quite so much on. That's a little bit really picky about. If you mess it up, you pretty much mess up your whole store. Like I said, it's free software. It's a little touchy, so I don't want to destroy what I'm doing online here with it, because we've got it. Seems to be working pretty good at the moment. Like I said, if you have suggestions, if you're trying to do something and it won't let you, if you're trying to do an order and it won't let you, go in and just sign up for an account. It's either at the bottom of the page or at the top of the page. And like I said, it's just information you got to give us anyway if you want something shipped to you.
Lance wants to know, what is your opinion on your own domain verse? What your opinion on your own domain verse and e-commerce store.com?
Okay, just like this is my domain. This is being hosted on a company called IONUS. They're just a web, like HostGator or anybody else. They're just a web hosting service. Yes, I do have to pay for it. It's not too much. In fact, first year wasn't very bad at all. And again, there's all kinds of hosting services out there. And again, I'm not going to get into the pros and cons of each one. Some of them are very expensive. Some of them are relatively cheap. And I believe there are some free ones. I think you can host on Google for free, but I wouldn't do that. Okay. Me hosting this, I have to do all of the tech. Okay. Again, that's what I like doing. So it's no problem. If you don't have somebody that's willing to put the time and effort into doing a store like this, and it takes a good bit of effort to get this thing going. Okay. I'm not bragging. I just put in a good bit of time getting it set up. Again, I don't sit here and pound on it for 8 hours at one time. I'll work on it for a little while, get up and go do something and come back. But it does take some effort to get it going. If you use something like Square or Etsy or something like that, they have pre-built templates. They take care of all of your payments for you. Again, they take their cut. Whoever you're doing the payment with is going to take their cut too. So, but again, PayPal, if I do PayPal, they're going to take their cut also. People getting paid by these payment services, they're always going to get their cut, no matter what service you're using. But it's more about ease of setup, ease of maintenance. And I've never used any of these, like WordPress and WooCommerce. A lot of people use WordPress, and then actually WooCommerce is a plugin that goes into WordPress. All of these are just what they call frameworks for creating websites. It's just how the things work. Again, if you're not into tech, you don't have somebody that's willing to work with you, or you're willing to pay somebody to do it, then probably Square or something like that is better for you. Again, it's all in what you want. You have to pay for Square. Okay, part of that is you're hosting on their site. I'm hosting this with free software on my site. Again, all depends on what you want, and I won't say one is better than the other. I will say if you're a novice and you don't have a lot of tech, then one of the pre-built ones like Square or Etsy, something like that, to get started with. I don't know. I know that they charge. I know Square is not free. I don't know about Etsy. I don't know if they charge anything. Doing these online stores is something that's kind of new with me. Like I said, I've played with this OpenCart software before, but not really actually getting it going. I was just starting to play with it. And of course, they have a new version out since when I played with it before. So, and it's very different. The new version is quite different from the older version. But anyway, go check it out. If you have suggestions, if you have an idea for a product that you would like her to try, if you have suggestions about the store, you can do pretty much anything that she has, keychains, everything. We have selections on there where you can upload your own image. Some of them you can upload 2 images on, like a coffee cup. If you want 2 images, different images on each side of it, you can do that. So tried to think about what most people would need to be able to do with it. But like I said, if you have a suggestion, let me know. Let Jamie know.
Hey, me and you got an email from DJ. He put that comment up a while ago, and I kind of answered his. I responded back to him.
Well, that's weird. It says I have an email. Oh,
What's up, Jay? Thanks for coming in, brother.
okay, cool.
We were just going over some things here, Jay. We were going how to back up your computer. Well, on the PC side, I know you use a Mac a lot, Jay, but how to back up your computer in case something happens and you have to restart or back up Windows. How to set that up. I'm currently working on backing it up to a USB.
We're not really backing it up. We're creating install media for Windows. We're not doing backups here. That's a whole another subject that we'll get into later on. Not tonight. That probably what we'll talk about next month is
it's currently at 45%.
How to back up and what to back up and what to back it up on and all that good stuff. It's kind of a major subject, but again, when you start, especially with video and stuff.
See you later, Jerry. Thanks for coming in.
Yep. You want to make sure that you have your stuff backed up. Now, yeah, when you upload a video to YouTube, then yeah, you kind of have a backup of it, but.
And then we were also, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was done.
And then we were also talking about a calendar of meetups, YouTuber meetups that Ralph at www.southern-qa.com has on there, as well as stores that YouTubers have. And I'll show you that right now. Right here is www.southern-qa.com. This is the home. He has a cherry blossom gallery that he's taken pictures of right outside his studio there. And then he has this stores link, and these are YouTuber stores right here, where you have my wife's store, you have Drunken Chef Barbecue store, you have Wendy at Willoway Ranch, her store, and you have Wicked Candy food store, and eventually you may have Sleeper Barbecue, his embroidery store on there, to where you can get shirts, hats, towels, koozies, embroidered, stuff like that. Then you have this events tab, and it shows a calendar of different events that's going on. It'll tell you when, where, the description of it, even some links sometimes where you can click on this, and this is where the meetup's going to be, and you can go through that. You click on that, and you can go through and rent reservations or see what's going on and stuff like that. And he's got 3 of them there right now. When's the next meetup there, Ralph?
think April, maybe May.
Okay, let's go over to right here, Lake
Like
Painkiller
Killer.
meetup. That's a 3-day meetup, huh?
Yep.
And it'll tell you when and where. And right here has travelock.com. I haven't looked at that, but traveloklahoma.com. Okay, and it has that. So you see there's the different events. So for the month, or if you want to look through the calendar and see which meetups you want to attend or anything like that. And then he has some extras on here where there's YouTube videos and stuff. You can click on those and Stevie Ray Vaughan, and you can watch that. And then there's a contact us. So you can click on the mailbox and email Ralph if you know of any meetups and the information for it and stuff like that. So that's what we've been discussing so far. And then, of course, my wife has her own store. Let me go ahead and show my wife's store. You can go in here and you can order stickers, magnets, keychains, mugs, tumblers, dog tags, freaking car koozies, a bunch of stuff. I mean, and if you shirts, if you need anything else, just email her and let her know, and she can do sublimation on a lot of stuff. So, and then you can actually, if you want Drunken Chef rubs, you click on his store and you can go there and order his SPG jalapeno, habanero. It takes you to his store. So it's an awesome thing. Don't cost anything to add your store, Lance, or anything else. Hey, Worker Share Project. I seen you earlier, but getting a chance to address you.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
check
just
them
doing
out.
this for I'm just doing this for fun and to stay busy. So I'm
Yeah, the
I'm
operation.
not trying to get rich here. I'm just trying to help people out.
The operation, you may want to add Shirley's store, just doing our best. She sells freeze dried stuff and everything. So yeah,
Yeah, you got to get the thing is I've got to get an email from the person that owns the store. I can't add. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to add stores just because somebody asked me to add a store. Everybody's store that's up there, I have sent emails to them letting them know that their link is on the store. Because like Wicked Candy Foods, Josh is the guy that owns this. He didn't know that I was doing this, and I'm not going to publish his link online to his store without him knowing about it.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah, I'd be glad to add her store, but whoever owns the store has got to send me an email. Because it's not, I just don't think it's right to put a link to somebody's store up here without them knowing about it. Somebody may have problems. If somebody has a store that they're being hosted somewhere else, there may be legal things about where you can and can't post it. Usually not, but this is a crazy online world. You never know. And I don't want to get anybody in trouble that way. They know that their link is posted on a website somewhere. So it's just disclosure, CYA.
And for the 20 people that's still here, we do have Operation Rendezvous Houston. That's going to be in Huffman, Texas, a week from today, from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. There's a lot of stuff to do there. The weather's not going to be great, but it's not going to be bad. It's going to be sunny, maybe a little bit chilly, around 50 of the high and stuff, but we're still going to have fun. They have putt, ladder ball, gaga ball, ping pong, foosball. They got a workout center. They got a swimming pool, which is going to be too cold to swim, but they got a hot tub there. They got a huge chess board. It's big pieces. I don't know.
Yeah, it's an outdoor pick up and move site.
Yeah,
size. The pieces are like 3 feet tall. So.
They have horseshoes. They have a beer and wine garden. They have a beer tasting at 3 for the adults, and then they got bingo after that. But in the morning, they got like stuff for kids. They got a playground there. They got a dog park there. You can actually rent cabins, 4-man, 6-man, or 8-man cabins. You can actually rent wagons that seat sleep 4, I think, maybe more, but I know 4 for sure. They got it like a queen or king size bed, and then they got bunk beds. Then they got, you can rent safari tents, which I think have AC and heat in them. And then you can rent I don't know, they're not teepee, but they're other tents that I don't think they have.
They
It's
don't call
kinda
them yurts, but they kind of look like a yurt. They're a round tent with a peaked roof. So,
Yep. And then they got RV park, and there's so many freaking RV slots there. If you have an RV, you can park it there. They have a clubhouse, they have a business center, they have you can bring your own tent and pitch your own tent out there. They have that area. They have a 300-foot fishing pier. We're going to have fishing poles out there. And if y'all want to go on a boat, we have access to 2 boats. There's Sammy and there's T-Rock Vittles and such. Now, if you do want to go on a boat, please let me know, because I don't want the guys to bring their boats out there and launch their boats in the marina and drive it over there. If nobody wants to go on a boat, they could be having fun themselves, with them at the meetup and stuff like that. Or we may have certain times to take them out. But if you're coming, I'd like to know that, because I don't know how it's going to go. Now this year, I know we have 25 people committed, maybe more, but we have 25 committed. It's available to all YouTubers. It does cost, and they have putt-putt golf and stuff like that. Because this is a resort, it's an RV retreat and resort, okay? They are open to the public, but usually the day pass from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. is $15 a person. Because we're having this meetup, we've got it down to $5 a person. Now, which ain't bad at all for all they offer and for hanging out and everything else. If you have a family of 4, that's $20. Where can you go for $20 for all freaking day? You pay more than that to go to the movies or something. And so anyways, we want everybody to come. Everybody's welcome in all communities. This is just a meetup to socialize, have fun, have a good time, everything else. If everything goes right, next year we may have a 2-day event. Following year, we may have a 3-day event. We may have a 3-day event next year. I don't know. It depends on how many people. And then we can have classes, whether it's classes on gardening, YouTube in general, analytics. Gary would sure be happy to give a class about analytics that I will not be attending, but I don't know about vendors. I mean, I'm sure you can bring your own merchandise. You could sell your own merchandise probably, but not really set up a tent. That would be more, or a table or something. Maybe next year we may get into that, depending which people can sell their stuff, whether it's seeds or whatever. I don't know. But people, if you're interested in this year or next year, please let me know. And Merton, if you want to come in here and get on camera and stuff, go ahead. But and we'll open up the panel here in a minute, maybe. If let's see, where are we at on that?
we only got 10 minutes left.
Gary, you going live, bro? 67%.
Why is that so slow?
I don't know. Maybe because we got a lot of things going here.
Well, yeah, actually, yeah, that's a kind of a dumb question on my part, actually, because we're doing a live and we're downloading stuff too. So yeah,
we're doing a live.
We're kind of pushing the internet here a little bit.
Well, we're doing. I got super fast speed here. Okay, but I got I got my computer, the internet, my TV here is on the internet. Jamie's TV, Jamie's computer, Merton and Sue's computer, Andrew's probably got stuff going on his computer, game or something, the one in the bedroom. So we got a lot of stuff going. Hey, Nora, welcome in. But anyways, guys, if y'all want to go to the meetup this year, please let us know as soon as possible. And that would be belluke29 at AOL.com. Send him a thing. We're having a potluck. I'm cooking briskets. People are going to be bringing briskets, meatball chili, I think, desserts. I mean, there's going to be a bunch of stuff. So we're going to have fun. Also, they have fire pits and barbecue things all over. They have a covered pavilion. I mean, it's a huge place. And I made a live of it. I went out there to check it out, and it looks awesome. Hopefully next year we'll have 100 or more people there, 100, 200, whatever. It can accommodate everybody. But I'll be cooking brisket and taking it out there. Like I said, there's a lot to do. What else? Going to say something else.
I don't know. I don't think you could have really found a better spot to have a meetup.
There's been several people that said that, and I'm glad.
Just because of all the different types of accommodations they have.
Yeah.
They cover everything from cottages to tents. They're just plain tent site on the ground. They have.
And next year, I mean, I might look for a hotel that somewhere close or whatever else, in case people don't want to stay on there.
Yep.
But it's just a lot of logistics and stuff, and I want to see how it goes and stuff like that. And we want everyone to come. I know it's Southeast Texas, but it looks fun. And here's the thing: next year, if you plan on coming to the meetup, you can schedule a vacation. You can go to NASA. You can go to the Houston Zoo. You can go deep sea fishing. I mean, there's a lot of things here around Houston.
Not like there's nothing to do around Houston itself.
Exactly.
It's not like Houston's not a destination itself on its own. So,
I mean, we even have, if you book a cruise or whatever, you can even come to the meetup and then go on a cruise or something, because there's cruise lines that leave out of Galveston. To, I don't know if it's, I don't know where. I've never been on a cruise. I've always wanted to go, but I've never been. So I know my mom and my stepdad has, so I don't know if they go to Bahamas or Mexico or Jamaica or somewhere like that, but hey, it's freaking, we're at 75% on that.
We're not gonna do anything with it anyway, because you would have to boot off your PC to show it and be on live and do that. So,
and Gary posted that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the panel for the last little bit of time we have. So if anybody has any questions about technical, hold on a sec, invite, copy. So if anybody has any technical questions or about the meetup or about the store or about anything like that, come up and ask. I mean, we only got 10 minutes, so it's not really a full session. It's not, just unless you want to just say hey and drop down or whatever, but we're not going to get off into too much, because I think Gary's going live in 8 minutes. Gary, please drop your link. Hey, Miss Andell, how you doing? But next year we got Ralph's plan on coming already. We'll be there. Jesse and Lisa will be there. Probably a lot of the same people. We got Sammy Goodwin from Godwin Honey coming. We got Paffert's coming. We got a lot of people coming. But next year, Simon plans on coming from San Antonio. Terry Medwood Barbecue plans on coming down. Ralph plans on coming down. Miss Andell hopefully will make it down next year. So I know this year was a little bit short, but next year, and hopefully Jonesy will be here next year. Plan your trip to America next year, Jonesy.
If you're reading the comments, I said 3 weeks at your place as a party.
Hey, that's fine. You'll just have to share the bed with Gary.
I did say
DJ, Gary.
I think I need eye bleach after that.
Good night, She Devil. Thank you. Thanks for coming in.
By the way, I did post the link. I also went ahead and set your live stream to forward them to my live stream.
Not a problem, Gary.
That'll work.
So y'all, when this one's over, when we end this one, it'll automatically redirect you to Gary Belt Loop 29 YouTube Police, whatever he wants to be called today, to his live. Gary, is there anything you want to say about the meetup or anything else? Because me and Gary's kind of does the meetup together. It's Operation Rendezvous Houston. It's in Huffman, Texas. On Saturday the 20th from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. We're going to have a potluck. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. In the evening, because there's so many barbecue pits and fire pits and stuff, I think we plan on having like hot dogs and s'mores and stuff like that for in the evening. So, hey, I mean, who don't want a s'more? I know DJ wants s'mores. Go ahead, Gary.
Hey guys, I know a couple of people have said hi to me in the chat, and I'm really bad at watching the chat. Plus, like I said, I'm really, really tired tonight. So if anybody said hi to me, I'm not ignoring you. Hi.
And Ralph, I appreciate you being on.
Hey, Ralph.
All right, Gary. Anything you want to say, bud?
Yeah, y'all come on down. We're gonna have a blast. It is gonna be a lot of fun. Hey, should I tell the secret?
What secret?
Maybe I'll just save that for my channel.
Okay.
Well, thanks
Well,
for your
It
help.
won't be a secret.
Thanks for your help,
there
Gary.
is something that has not been told or advertised or even stated about the meetup. It's a good thing, I'm sure, for a lot of folks. That's cool. Jonesy's got some copies.
Nice.
You got me hooked on these, Gary.
Well, thank
Or was
you.
it, or was it Devil Dog? I can't remember. I got to drive halfway around the island to get a packet.
I'm glad you like it.
DJ, you got anything to say? Okay,
Um,
guess not.
Operation DJ Invasion.
Nope, not no Operation DJ Invasion. Get out of here. Get out of here with that.
Let's see, how much time do I got? About 5 minutes.
Mm.
So,
Mhm.
oh, I was able to find some dill pickle chicharrones, pork
Cool.
rinds. We went to a place called Aldi's. You ever heard of it? Where'd Devil Dog go?
Yep.
I don't know. He disappeared.
He
Okay.
dropped
German.
down for
German.
birth.
No, I wasn't planning on twerking. I guess I can, but it's a little strange for a guy to ask me to twerk. I'm just thinking out loud, Gary. Of course,
No.
I think it's weird for me to twerk, but I have fun doing it sometimes. I learned a new dance, you understand? Yeah, it was Aldi. It's ALDI. I mean, I assume it's IDLA backwards, but maybe that means something special or something. I don't know.
No, it's Aldi. We have a couple of them around here. It's one of
Yeah.
Hoorah,
our
Gary.
favorite places to go shop.
So,
Yeah, all is good to go.
well, I sure, me and Tammy went there for the first time today. Wanted to see what it was like. They have some interesting stuff in there.
American expats spent a lot of time in France there, Gary.
In France, in Aldi, France.
He
It's
said in
all-
France.
For German.
Is that where
German.
they're from?
No, Aldi
No.
is a German. It's
No.
Aldi is a German store.
American expats from America. But
Yeah.
if you watch his channel, let me drop his link and stuff. This is Jay with American Expat.
I've been
if
there
you-
a couple times
yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna get his link up here.
at Aldi. Okay. Apparently, Aldi is in France.
Well, it's in
It-
Australia, it's in Tasmania, it's everywhere.
Yeah, it's pretty much all over the place. Like I said, it's based in Germany.
Well, that's
There's
kinda
another German store like that called Lidl, Lidl, I think it is. They're very similar. It's a German store also.
Hey, spelled backwards. Aldi is Idla. So that's got to be close. I mean, forward, backward, I'm not talking backmasking or anything like that. But, I got 2 minutes.
Yeah.
A hint, if you've never been to an Aldi, make sure you take a quarter with you
Yeah, that's right.
because you
Yeah.
will need it.
Yeah, you're gonna need that, Cole.
Well, I didn't know that.
It's a dollar
Tammy-
coin.
Hey, I did a video about that and look for it to come out. Yeah, it's a short.
Yeah. It's funny because I actually saw something the other day about, I guess it's an epidemic of people stealing shopping carts now. I don't know how true it was or what, but I was like, I guess they're, good ones are quite expensive and everything. So they were showing stores locking them up and stuff, and just some stores not even having them, and all kinds of crazy stuff. Again, I don't really know how true it was, but it's one of those weird videos I saw. I was like, what is this all about?
You know,
Yeah, you just kind of rent the card at Aldi. You
yeah.
put
Sorry.
a quarter in and take it in and get your quarter back when you put it back. So
We'll see y'all in a few.
Yeah, guys, if you don't know him, Gracie. Oh. If you don't know Jay, American Expat, you need to go check out his channel. I don't catch him all the time, but it's, when I can, I go, and he talks about current events, the world, the government, stuff that's happening, and his intro and everything else, the way he does his studio and his lives and stuff. I personally enjoy it. It may not be for everybody, but and his wife's from China. He lived in China. He's lived abroad in a lot of different places. If you don't shut up, stop it. And I thoroughly enjoy it. Check him out. You may or may not, like him or whatever. But even if you don't like him, watch a video, give him a thumbs up, thumbs down. He don't care. It's all participation. Okay, hold on a minute. Go ahead, talk.
Yeah. See you all later. I gotta go.
Bye.
Take it easy, Jonesy.
Bye,
Good to see you,
Jonesy.
Ralph. Go ahead, DJ.
And she don't listen to me. I opened the door and told her to get out. She lowered her head and walked away. But guys, I want to thank everybody for being here. If you haven't typed in chat lately, type in chat and I will recognize you. Then we're going over to Gary's. You don't even have to go there. If you just stay here, it'll redirect you over there to his live. Jay American Expat, thanks for coming in. Valuable member of the channel, Kentucky Prepper 5. Gary, thanks for coming in. Nancy, our treasured home. The Wickershire Project Off Grid, and T-Rock's Vittles and such. Thanks for all the people being up on panel. Ralph, as always, thank my co-host here. Thank you for all your help. Thank you for everything you do. DJ, Belt Loop, Jonesy, Huga, thanks for being here. So, guys, until next time, I'm just going to end it with my normal exit scene. And even though it's Devil Dogs, until Ralph makes me an exit scene with the Tech Talk with Eddie and Ralph. Next week at 7 o'clock. Semper Fi, everybody.